Today we're going to play with the concept of leg yielding in hand. I've already shown you that concept while riding and shown it on a larger circle, but today I'd like to show it in hand. So the definition of in hand is playing with your horse at a shorter distance, so you're closer to the horse. The reason that this can be beneficial is it really simulates what you're doing when you're riding. And therefore, you want to simulate the same contact as when you're riding. So when you use your rein, you want to use it and then release. If the horse has self-carriage, it will feel very light in your hand. It's not wrong to offer them a position, but make sure that there's a release so they have a chance to carry themselves. So today I have my wonderful mother, Echo, who just happens to be our student, and she's playing with Screech. And remind me how old Screech is?
He's 19 years old.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh yeah, it's great.
So we're going to play with the leg yield on a circle to begin, okay? And you're going to have Screech on the outside of the circle. You're going to gently hold the rein and making sure that if you use it, that you use it and release it, okay? Now, if Screech starts to bring his shoulder over to you, you can use your elbow to push him away or even drive him away. You also should be able to feel gently behind you with your stick to see if he's going sideways with you, all right?
Okay.
So we're going to use this cone over here to start our leg yield. So start on this side, it's perfect. Take your rein in your hand, very good. And your stick is going to be, if you need it, it's going to be out behind you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, and go ahead and walk over here. Okay, and so just stop for a minute. And so before you begin walking, I want you to bring your energy up. So Screech knows more what you're going to ask. And also, did you feel how you pulled him as you walked forward? So as you're doing that, it shifts his weight onto the forehand. And you could actually see his head and neck get longer and his weight go more on the forehand.
And I was pulling too.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So use your energy first, and you shouldn't have to pull him forward. You should be able to use your energy and your stick. Okay? Go ahead and try that concept. Energy up. See, and again you pulled. So we're going to try that once more. Think about maybe asking the hind foot to step off first, okay? Take more time so that you don't pull. This was much better. And did you see how he got more collected?
Oh yeah.
So now hold your rein a little further down so it gives him a little bit more room. That's excellent. And so now I want you to focus on your circle versus on him. Good. Try to keep your right hand that's holding the rein very still. Good. And now walk a very small circle around the cone. Walk a little slower. There you go. See how he's very good. See how he's starting to offer some nice flexion there? Very good. And walk as small of a circle as you can. Good, even smaller. There. This is beautiful. And now keep the same rhythm. And now side pass out on the circle. See if you can, yes, beautiful. That's your leg yield on the circle. Go ahead and stop for a minute. Excellent, good boy. And you can give him a cookie as he stretches around. You know, I would give it to him as he's wrapping his head and neck around you because it's really perfect. It's going to encourage that flexion to the inside. That was excellent. Could you feel how when you slowed your rhythm down, how he actually was able to offer more flexion?
I started to breathe too. Yeah.
Oh,
that
breathing always helps too. It's not nerve-wracking or anything being in front of a camera. Did you also feel when you were more conscious, when you asked him to walk forward, how he was already balanced on his hindquarters versus you pulling him on the forehand?
Exactly. Yeah.
Great. Why don't you try the same thing on the other side? So just ask him to change sides. See if you can do it without moving your feet.
Well, I mean right here.
Yep, so you're on the left side of him. So just have him go on the other side.
Oh, go around this way?
Yeah, just pass him on the opposite side. There you go. Perfect. Just because all those little things there, that's beautiful. All those little ways of asking your horse to change sides and change different directions, that's just a way to establish that you're the leader, that you're not having to move your feet. Okay, so just those little things. Very good, Screech. So let's see the same concept, but again, try to maybe give your horse about 6 inches of rein. Yes, beautiful. And make sure that as you step off, that you're not going to be pulling on him, right? You might have to ask the hindquarters to step a little bit before you start moving. Got it?
Got it.
All right. So bring your energy up. That was better. Good. And there you pulled him forward. Can you feel that? So just try once more and stop. Good. And you can hold your rein a little bit shorter so it's, there you go. Okay, ready? Energy up. Focus ahead. Ask him to step forward. There, better, better. You didn't pull at all. That's very, very good. Go ahead and stop and adjust your rein so that there's more slack on the other side. He's very sensitive, so I think that he's feeling that. Okay, and look, you get another opportunity. Now, one thing I would do also is go ahead and hold your hand in the same way that you would your rein. So put your pinky toward, there you go. Yep, try that. Very, very good. Are you ready?
Like this?
Yeah, as if you were riding.
Okay.
Very good.
All right.
So energy up. Good. Yes. And yes. That was okay. Good. Now start walking a smaller circle, and you can see that this side, it's a little bit harder for him. There. Good. And your goal on the rein is that you offer the feel and then you release. Excellent. You see how he's starting to offer more flexion all the time. And he does have a pattern of dropping his shoulder on this side. So you're going to feel like you're going, yeah, a little sideways all the time. There. Perfect. Keep that posture. Now slowly. Perfect. Now slowly start making the circle bigger. Yes. Perfect. And go ahead and stop. Oh, good. That was beautiful, Echo.
Oh, thank you. You did a good job.
All right. So are you starting to understand the concept of the leg yield on the circle in hand?
Yeah, but I've got to remember not to have it down here, but like if I was riding, about right like this, and then so I can use my elbow if I need to.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. You're using your elbow to gently ask him to shape his shoulder so he doesn't push his shoulder in on you. And then, you know, he does have a tendency, and they all have a tendency to bend one way or the other more. You did a great job of using your focus. And also, when I asked you to lift up your energy and use your energy, your posture got better.
Oh, yeah.
And your horse's posture got better. So what would you say the most important thing that you learned from doing this was?
The first thing is always focus. Yes, you've got to use your peripheral vision to ask all this stuff, but you got to have that focus so it keeps the circle steady, and then, you know, and breathe. and just use a little elbow if you have to, and just keep him going.
So focus, rhythm, and
Breath.
breathing.
Yeah.
Great.
For me.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, Echo. We really appreciated using Screech. And from this point, what I would probably do is the same exercise, only bring it up to a trot. And getting those walk-trot transitions really smooth, that you're not pulling him forward, that he's really responding to your energy.
Okay, well, thank you, Farah.
You're welcome.